My name is Alfonso Holmes, and I am a native to Wichita Falls, Texas. I've been here most of my life. The only time I left Wichita Falls was when I went into the Army. I spent about 4 years in the Army and came back to Wichita Falls. And when I got here, I felt that there was a lot of need that needed to be filled in our community. And so for the past 20 plus years, that's been my mission, is to fill those needs. Initially, I thought my calling was to continue to be the director of a daycare. I thought my calling was children. My wife, Nanette, and myself, we did that for 17 years. I began to see the need through the daycare for fathers. A lot of our fathers that were, their children were part of our daycare, they weren't really involved. And so I began to see that need, and then I was approached later by United Way with this position. And as soon as I read the job description, I knew that that was what I was meant to do and what I was called to do. I've realized that it's a higher calling. I realized that it's a spiritual calling as well. And so I'm just grateful that United Way is allowing me to also use my pastoral background to help these fathers fulfill spiritual needs as well. They said I was going to get burned out. They said I wasn't going to be doing this long. I would lose faith. But I have to say that my connection with Jesus Christ is the reason why I'm able to be sustained and continue to do this work. He energizes me. I wouldn't be able to do it without my faith. My dad was strict, so we'd see all my friends running through here, and we had to sit on the porch right over here. And I told this story before in an interview, but my dad would see them running around saying, you better not get off the porch. They'd come through here just to laugh at us and say, look at them, me and my younger brother. They can't even get off the porch. And so it was this, this big joke. I realized that his discipline was not trying to keep us from having fun or doing things. It was to give us a conscience. This is where it all began for me. This is where I was born and raised in Bailey Street Projects. I like to say this is where my caring power for the community began. I can remember times where we'd rally, whatever the community wanted, that's what we got together and did. It was more about us here in this community than than what was going on outside of this community. My late Uncle Roosevelt Fly's filling station. I grew up down the street, was born down the street in the Bailey Projects, and we would walk every day going to the school bus by here, and my uncle would actually give us candy before we got on the school bus. And so I was proud of him for owning a business on the east side. There weren't too many business owners growing up, and so I was very proud of my uncle. I went on to open up 2 daycares here in Wichita Falls. I now own Holmes Management, and I own a credit analysis and credit repair company. And so I'd like to think that he played a big part in me having that spirit, that entrepreneurial spirit. So.
Charlie O. Ferris, the first Black woman who was licensed to practice law in Wichita Falls and the state of Texas.
The Wichita County Legends Project aims to honor African American people who have been influential in shaping Wichita County, with their stories of courage and inspiration that impact our culture today. The sculpture unveiling Saturday honors Charlie Ola Ferris, who was the first African American to serve as a judge in the South after Reconstruction, man or woman. Her statue now sits in front of the Wichita County Courthouse, honoring her life and accomplishments.
We need to understand our past, yes, the struggles, the triumphs, and the milestones that have shaped us. But we also need to work in the now.
Faith. Put your faith in God first. And seek first the kingdom. Matthew 6:33. I did a lot of things, or attempted a lot of things, outside of seeking the kingdom of God. I went to church, I participated in religion, but seeking first the kingdom and operating and giving God the first every month, every day, every year, really helped me to build confidence. And I want to say this: education, your background, skin color, your age, that doesn't matter. I believe that every person has a stamp or a lane that they fit in, not just in this community, but in this world. Find your lane, and I promise you nobody can compete with you.